there's a black woman who voted for Trump, and she is kind of disappointed at what she voted for. Let's go ahead and check that out.
So I'm going to say what like nobody wants to say. I voted for Trump. And I voted for Trump because I'm independent, but I believe in small government, no federal intervention, leave it to the states. And I also believe in minimal spending, free market. If you're able to go out and work, go get it. If you're not, okay, you may need some help. Women, let them do what they want to do. It's their choice. They have to live with it. But Trump ran his campaign off small government and free market. That's what he ran his campaign off of. I was all for that. Yeah, I heard about, illegal immigrants, but I also knew that people knew like illegal immigrants aren't the issue. So of course I felt like he had to put that in there for maybe some of his sponsors, but I didn't think like that would be a thing. I can honestly say that. But I can get on here and say what's happening is not what the fuck I voted for. Actually, it's not what any of my friends in circle voted for. And so I went back and I prayed and I asked God to reveal to me, like, why did you make that vote? Like, why? And I can honestly sit here and say that I know what got me is the transgender. Like, I don't want my kids to have to combat with that. And then God said, but what was that for you to do? You could have just loved them, and if it affected you, it did, and if it didn't, it didn't. I allowed one hateful thought, and I'm being honest, one hateful thought ran through my head, and I literally let it go. But because it came through, and I said, I don't want my kids asking me questions. I don't want to go through that. So, like, I don't want what they're proposing. Like, I don't want that. I want small government. I want free market. But I allowed hate. And I think this is what a lot of us, I allowed a moment of yuck, to make a decision that is now affecting everyone. And I'm woman enough, and I'm honest enough to say it. I allowed one thing that gave me the ick. But as a Christian, I shouldn't even have had an ick about it. I should have said, you know what? I don't know what they've been through. I don't know why they feel that way. And now it has affected the trajectory of the world and how we're living today. So for those who say, it wasn't about nationalists, because it went from small government, free economy, this to America first. I didn't vote for that. Like, everybody said, he's doing Project 2025. I said, no, he's not. That's not what he's. But that's what it's looking like. It's looking real bamboozled. It's looking real like, if you broke it, you need to fix it.
I think a lot of people that voted for Trump did not vote for all the craziness that he's doing right now. Trump pulled what you call a bait and switch. He came and said, I'm going to lower grocery prices. I'm going to, get the economy back roaring again for the people. Of course, he did promise the mass deportation. So that's not, he stuck to that. Right. But all the other crazy things that he's been doing, a lot of people didn't vote for that. Let's just keep it 100. But, people say, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Well, you go back to the Democrats. When black people voted for Joe Biden, they thought he was going to do the George Floyd bill or have a police commission to deal with all the issues of the police. Right. What did he end up doing? Not doing anything about the police. He ended up giving more funding to the police. He ended up giving agents an agent hate crime bill. He ended up just putting illegal immigrants into the American cities, giving taxpayer funds to illegal immigrants, right? And staying in hotels that some black folks have never stayed in their own city. So nobody voted for that with Biden at all. So whether you voted for Biden or voted for Trump, these politicians do what they want to do when they get in there. They say one thing for you to vote for them, and then when they get in there, they do something else. So, because I don't like when the Democrats pull that stunt. Yeah, see, this you get. Yeah, and people voted for Biden, and we didn't get nothing out that deal either as black people. And I say we because the majority of black people did vote for Biden. Does it make sense? So the key is trying to find the right candidates that's not going to pull a bait and switch on you when they get in there. That's what all that is. But for me, you know, some people say, "Oh, well, you know, y'all shouldn't be sitting it out." If a politician isn't no good, if both of them are no good, why would you vote for any of them? Oh, well, we need to get the lesser of two evils. You're still voting for evil, though. You can't say the lesser of two evils. You're admitting both of them is evil. Using it, that's y'all term. That's not my term. You say they one vote for the lesser of two evils, but you rather this evil because it's a little bit less than the other one. No. If I feel both of them are evil, then I just don't, give my vote to that. You understand? But hey, a lot of people vote for different candidates. There are some people voted for the Democrats. Their eyes are open because of that. Some people voted for the Republicans. Now their eyes are open. So now that you got this knowledge about how they really get down, the next time you choose to vote, just choose a